After defeating Jinna in the previous episode, Fuko and Andy find themselves in a closed restaurant. They sit facing each other at a circular table. In the center of the table, there is a bottle of vodka and a candle illuminating both of them. Fuko then starts to cry. She is saddened by her inability to save Jinna and letting her die. Her tears fill the glass in front of her. Andy mentions that Jinna always wanted to die. Despite wearing a smile when visiting Andy's cell, she hesitated to kill in order to stay alive. It could be said that Jinna would be better off dead. That's why Andy told her that if Jinna truly wanted to die, he would kill her right after he was freed. Andy's words were meant as a joke, but Jinna asked him to keep his promise. It seems she took his words seriously. However, during the fight with Jinna, Fuko used her cleverness and defeated her. Andy thanks Fuko for helping him. Fuko then asks something of Andy, wondering if they can bring about change so that no one suffers like Jinna. Additionally, she questions whether they can change the Union. Andy responds affirmatively and suggests leaving the matter to him, making it easier for him to persuade Fuko. To make sure, Fuko asks Andy again if they can truly do it. Andy replies that the Union's welcoming train will arrive soon, and their first step is to inspect the connections from the inside. Andy then asks Fuko to toast to Jinna. As they are about to toast, shattered glass falls from above them. A green monster emerges from the crack in the ceiling, extending its body downward. Using both hands, it grabs Fuko and Andy, pulling them both into the hole. The hole connects to a room where several people are sitting around a table. Andy thinks of greeting them by going berserk. He bites his 2 fingers, and blood spurts from both hands. 10 of Andy's fingers detach and shoot like bullets towards the people below. One person below grabs their pistol, and another draws their sword. Shen, the person they encountered earlier, also prepares to intercept Andy's fingers. The person with the pistol shoots at the shielded companion next to them. The bullet bounces off the shield, then destroys the approaching finger. The person wearing a white mask holds the sword in front of their body. The bullet that almost hit the masked person is cut by the sword. Meanwhile, Shen uses his legs and hands to destroy the finger heading towards him. Fuko and Andy then landed on chairs and sat down immediately. Fuko sat in seat number 9, while Andy sat in seat number 10. Andy then mocked the people in the room, saying that it would be more time efficient if they just died. However, it turns out it's not as easy as Andy imagined. Shen, whom they had met before, informed the people in the room that Fuko and Andy are interesting individuals. Then, the masked person responded, confirming that they matched the given report. The masked individual then welcomed Undead Andy and unlocked Fuko. The masked person is the #1 member of the Union, named Juz. The second member is Shen, the person they met earlier. The third member is a bespectacled man with a pistol named Billy. The fourth member is Phil, a green-haired young boy. The fifth member is named Taishiana. The sixth member is Ishin. The seventh member is Top. The eighth member is Nico. Unlock Fuko is now the 9th member, while Undead Andy is the 10th member. Andy and Fuko still held their glasses after the green monster pulled them. They then toasted again. Suddenly, a hand reached towards Andy's head. The hand extended from Tatiana, who stood in front of her chair. The hand struck Andy's head, sending him bouncing off the wall behind him. Tatiana was angry at Andy and Fuko for killing Jinna. Billy then told Tatiana to stop because Union members are forbidden from fighting each other. Andy then taunted Tatiana, calling her overly sensitive. Tatiana got angry, but then withdrew her hand. The #1 member, Juz, then spoke, instructing them to stop. Suddenly, Andy's sword pointed at Fuko's throat. Tatiana's hand also transformed into a cannon aimed at Billy. Andy didn't understand why his hand moved on its own. Tatiana then apologized to Juz, stating that she didn't want to kill Billy. Juz then asked Andy. Andy surrendered, admitting defeat, and told Juz to stop. After that, Andy's hand, which was pointing at Fuko's throat, moved back on its own. The time is shown midnight, and now it's August 8th. Juz then speaks again. She says apocalypse, and a book with a face appears. The book opens and releases 6 sheets of paper. The sheets contain quests/missions that must be completed by the members. The first quest, with 6 members, is about adding an 11th seat. The second quest, with 5 members, is the capture of UMA located in Unburn. The third quest involves neutralizing the UMA language with 1 member. The fourth quest is the capture of an invisible denier with 1 member. The fifth quest, with 3 members, is the capture of UMA past. And the 6th quest, with 3 members, is the capture of UMA spoil. The quest deadline is August 31st, and if all quests are not fulfilled, the consequence is the addition of Galaxy UMA. Nico then analyzes the quests according to the available data. According to him, the quests they can handle are the first 3 quests. Jiz then instructs all members to complete quests 1, 2, and 3. Still confused, Fuko then asks Top about Apocalypse beside her. Top answers that Apocalypse is the first artifact found on Earth, and when the Deniers sit at the round table, Apocalypse will open. Then, it imposes many tasks. If the tasks are completed, there will be rewards, but if failed, there will be punishment. Fuko then gets angry. She doesn't want to capture Deniers. She doesn't want to treat others the same way Jenna attacked Andy and her. Then, Jiz answers that every 3 months, new punishments will keep increasing. Therefore, they must prevent it by completing quests, getting rewards, and gaining power. Then, they must kill the god on the other side of the book, forcing the rules on Earth. Jiz is the one who ordered Fuko and Andy to disappear, but she had to invite them both thanks to Shen's recommendation. However, Fuko still couldn't accept it. Then, Jiz tells Fuko to become the #1 in the Union. Fuko has to work harder and sees Jiz's position by achieving the most results. Andy then pulls out Apocalypse and asks which quest is the most difficult. Fuko and Top are surprised by Andy's actions. Apocalypse then answers that the most difficult quest is Spoil, with 3-member participation. Then, Andy points to the participants. The first is himself, then Fuko, and the last is Shen. Shen is surprised, but Apocalypse has already confirmed the quest. On August 21st, in the dressing room inside the Union facility, a girl is helping Fuko put on clothes. She is under Shen's command, and her name is Mui. Mui then mentions that preparations for the quest are complete, and from this moment on, Fuko has become an official member of the Round Table. Mui also encourages Fuko to fight in carrying out the quest. Fuko then asks why Mui doesn't participate in completing the quest. Mui responds that as neither a Denier nor a Round Table member and without an emblem, she is not allowed to participate in quests. Mui then instructs Fuko to take care of Shen. The two of them then leave the dressing room. Shen shouts at Andy, who is running without wearing clothes. Andy then collides with Fuko, and Fuko's face touches Andy's body. Bullets hit Andy, causing the pants he wore to disappear. The place is now filled with smoke. Fuko regrets that her unluck activated with just a slight touch. Meanwhile, Andy no longer cares about the outfit provided by Shen. He urges them to start the quest immediately, but Shen forbids it. Andy has to wear the suit, tie, and emblem. The suit has bulletproof, stab-proof, and sturdy functions. The tie provides access to various public services and has the ability to translate various languages. The emblem is necessary for participating in quests. They will travel around the world to investigate Spoil, so these outfits will make their job easier. Andy insists that it's unnecessary, and he will use his own helicopter. Andy and Fuko are no longer being pursued, so he wants to have a date with Fuko on the plane. He also instructs Shen to act on her own, but Shen refuses. She doesn't want to do it alone. Announcement sounds from the headquarters, stating that UMA number 1129 has attacked officers and escaped. Currently, the UMA is in Hall G on the 8th floor. Andy asks what floor they are on, and Mui responds that they are on the 8th floor. Mui then searches for information about this UMA. Its name is UMA Clothes. It can stick to someone's body and transform into the most desired clothing for that person. But when it bewitches a person with that clothing, it takes over their body and goes on a rampage. A red-masked figure crawled towards Andy. The person then punched Andy. Andy grabbed the person's clothes and executed the repair headbutt move, attacking the person's head with his own. The person then fell. Mui issued a warning that when the body taken by the UMA can no longer move, it will seek a new body. The UMA then emerged from the fallen person's body and flew towards Mui. Mui's clothes remained unchanged, but her body had prominent veins. Mui then leaped towards Andy and Shen, kicking both of them. Andy and Shen used their hands to stop Mui's kick. Andy then told Shen to use his ability. Shen replied that his ability would work on Mui, but not on clothes. Since Mui's attacks originated from her clothes, Shen's ability would be useless. They argued that Shen's ability was not very useful. Fuko then removed her glove and ran towards Mui. She touched Mui's shoulder, apologizing that they had just met, but Mui had to experience her bad luck. The UMA emerged again and now headed towards Fuko. Andy then cut both of his legs and jumped towards Fuko. The UMA failed to enter Fuko's body and instead entered Andy's body. Andy was angry with Fuko because she saved Mui, and the UMA almost took control of Fuko. They both then argued. Mui woke up and apologized to Shen. However, Shen praised Mui for having excellent kung fu moves thanks to her training. The UMA attached to Andy's body did not transform into clothing. It then cursed because Andy desired sturdy, regenerating, and summonable clothes. Andy taunted the UMA, and the UMA got angry, saying it would show its ability. The UMA then transformed. However, Fuko remembered the bad luck from the earlier touch that hadn't manifested yet. A blue laser beam came from below and hit Andy. The laser came from Nico and Phil, experimenting with an artifact. Smoke appeared and surrounded the area. Andy was dissatisfied because it took the UMA 15 seconds to regenerate. The UMA was angry and wanted to show its ability even more. Announcement sounds were heard again, stating that UMA clothes had been successfully captured by Undead. Undead gained points and was promoted to number 9. A woman then approached Nico. She came to provide testimony about the new UMA. The headquarters has confirmed that there are rotten corpses wandering the streets of New York, and there is a possibility that it is related to the UMA spoil mentioned in the quest. Andy feels happy because he is already bored with the typical Japanese burgers.